Thing one tonight, the Trump White House has seen an unprecedented amount of turnover, more than any other administration in the last 40 years. And now, word of 3 more top aides looking for the exits. Legislative Affairs Director Mark Short will be out by the summer, according to the Wall Street Journal. And today, Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders gave a non-denial denial of a CBS News report that she and her deputy, Press Secretary Raj Shah, will be leaving as well. But according to the president, he should have no trouble hiring replacements.
Believe me, everybody wants to work in the White House. They all want a piece of that Oval Office. They want a piece of the West Wing. So many people want to come in. I have a choice of anybody. I could take any position in the White House, and I'll have a choice of the 10 top people having to do with that position. Everybody wants to be there.
Everybody wants to be here. Well, turns out not so much. A source close to the administration tells CBS nobody wants to come in to fill all these jobs. So they've gone through 2 rounds, and now they're at third tier of people who are just lucking out. Battlefield promotion ends up promoting people who aren't qualified for the position. Gosh, you can never tell, really, by the way they operate. In fact, it's gotten so bad that they are now trying a new recruiting tactic. The White House job fair is thing 2 in 60 seconds. The Trump White House is losing so many staffers and having such a hard time finding people to replace them, they're turning to a conservative job fair to get some new recruits. Politico reports that Republicans on the Hill received an email blast last night with the subject line, "Interested in a job at the White House?" And this flyer advertising an executive branch job fair tomorrow afternoon at a Senate office building. The conservative group hosting the event says, quote, CPI seeks to get the best, most qualified conservatives in front of the administration.
So many people want to come in. I have a choice of anybody. I could take any position in the White House, and I'll have a choice of the 10 top people having to do with that position. Everybody wants to be there.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.